Evening, people. I'm here today. Judging by the intro that I just put that I didn't make, I'll link it in the description. I'm here to talk to you about Pepsi and the greatest superhero in the history of our universe, Pepsi Man. So let me give you a little backstory on Pepsi here real quick. It's produced and manufactured by PepsiCo, which is understandable. It was originally created and developed in 1893. 1893. Pepsi is older. Pepsi's old. It's old. I, it's old. 1893. It's not as old as Coke, Coca-Cola, but it's old. But it was introduced in 1893 as Brad's drink. Brad's drink. I'm 110% glad that they changed it. Because Brad's drink, it sounds stupid. It sounds no bueno. That sounds like garbage. That sounds garbio. That sounds like it sounds terrible. On a scale of 1 to 10, that's not good. It was renamed Pepsi Cola in 1898 and then just as Pepsi in 1961. So I know that it's named after it's like a digestive thing called pepsin or something. I saw that somewhere. Because it was originally supposed to be like it was in like a drugstore. You know, where you go to the old soda fountain to get a sody pop. And like he'd be like, let me get a Pepsi, please. And the guy'd be like, coming right up. How you want that Pepsi? In a glass? Oh yeah, it's a. But it's just I'm gonna give you a little of my personal experience with Pepsi. Uh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Coke better than Pepsi, but I can enjoy an ice cold Pepsi from time to time. There's nothing not good about an ice cold Pepsi. But I usually drink Pepsi. Oh my goodness. I usually drink Pepsi more often than I drink Coca-Cola because, it's just how things work around here. But I've drank Pepsi for most of my life. I like regular Pepsi better than Diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi doesn't taste that good. Diet Coke doesn't taste that good either, but Diet Pepsi really doesn't taste good. Like, if I had to choose between Diet Pepsi and just regular water, I'd probably just pick regular water. Unless I had a sore throat like I do now, then I'd probably take the Diet Pepsi. Because water is very, very nasty when you have a sore throat. Because it just tastes disgusting. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about Pepsi. Pepsi the, is the topic. It's the topic in the world. Beppis. Pepsi. Like in that one commercial, give them a Pepsi. That's all we got to do is keep World War III from starting. We got to give North Korea and China Pepsi. There's a couple of NASCAR. I don't know who drives for Pepsi now, but Jeff Gordon used to drive for Pepsi, and he had that commercial where he was like the driver, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna test out this car, and he's like, and he was driving all around. The guy and like the car salesman was like, hey, whoa! And then after they got out of the car, Jeff Gordon was like, hey, it's me, NASCAR driver Jeff Gordon. And the dude was like, you're Jeff Gordon, or whatever. It's been a while since I watched that commercial. And that commercial wasn't even for regular Pepsi. It was for Pepsi Max, which is like Coke Zero. But Pepsi Max has like 10 calories or something. I don't remember. I don't remember ever drinking Pepsi Max. And then also Pepsi, they have the hit superhero Pepsi Man, which is a game that was released on video game consoles at some point. I think it was released on the PlayStation 2. I never played Pepsi Man, but I watched Critical on this site that we're on currently play Pepsi Man, and it really opened my eyes. It really opened my eyes to the world that is Pepsi Man and the hero that every country and every planet and every universe deserves. And that's Pepsi Man. Pepsi Man, it got released in Japan in 1999. So, yeah. Uh, it was single player. You couldn't beat there's only one Pepsi Man. There's not multiple Pepsi Man. Pepsi Men. Team Pepsi. Like the Ginyu Force, only with Pepsi. I've been talking about Pepsi for 5 minutes. What else is there to talk about Pepsi? What else can I say about Pepsi? You know what's the worst? When you go to like KFC or somewhere and they're like, and you're like, yeah, can I get, and you forget that they have Pepsi products. If any place, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you go to any place with Pepsi products, get a Mountain Dew, please. If you go to KFC and you're getting they're like a chicken box, that's really inspecific. The Colonel's Chicken Fun Pack. No, if you're getting like the $5 fill-up box, you gotta. I mean, if it's Pepsi or Mountain Dew, you gotta get Mountain Dew, man. Mountain Dew is Baja Blast. They don't have Baja Blast They only have it at Taco Bell. Why do they only have Baja Blast at Taco Bell? They had it out in bottles for a little bit, but now it's not. And I can talk about Mountain Dew in this video because it's about Pepsi, and Mountain Dew is a Pepsi product. Like if it was about Coke, I could talk about Sprite. This is turned into a Sody Pop video, and it's 6 minutes of me talking about Soda Pop. But this has to happen. Someone has to talk about Pepsi. No one's going to talk about Pepsi if I don't talk about Pepsi and Mountain Dew and Coke and Sprite. No one's going to do it. I am the innovator of talking about Pepsi on this site. I am Pepsi Man. I'm not Jonathan Matsuoka. I'm Pepsi Man. Call me Jonathan Pepsi Man. Okay, no, don't do that, but whatever. Pepsi Man!